the powerful strength of pDAI. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, squirrels, pups, ducks, and everybody else sitting on their squeaky chairs, DAI Stablecoin from PulseChain is doing this chart. Now, friends, if you've been in markets as long as I have, and that's quite some time, I'll tell you right now, charts do not accidentally do this. Do you understand me? This is not a fluke. This is something going on. Now, of course, the pDAI $1 narrative is very controversial. There's been a lot of on-chain investigation going on as to, like, you know, is Richard Hart involved? There's a lot of addresses that are linking together saying, oh, well, you know, there's the inflation thing going on and ATROPA and all these other stuff going on. It gets, look, it's a real labyrinth of the puzzle pieces putting everything together. However, this chart is not accidental whatsoever. So, friends, I got to just tell you what happened with pDAI. Okay, so this is the same thing that happened actually with HEX, and I'll show you now. Now, with HEX, okay, at the start, this is a personal story for me. So I knew someone, shout out to Mr. 6K. Mr. 6K Capital, he believed in Richard Hart down here. Okay, so HEX launches, goes down, it's down here at the start, and then basically it gets out. He basically just gets out along here. But anyway, HEX went up, and this run was huge. I want to remind you, man, this run itself was something like a 100x. Okay, this is 100x on HEX. Now, when this run happened, it was going FOMO and FOMO and FOMO and FOMO. And I just watched on the sidelines. Remember, it was very young, friends. We're still like, remember, this is 2019, early 2020 days. And I watched it go up, and I knew, you know what? All right. There's something going on here. There is most certainly something going on here. Everybody said this thing would go to zero. Obviously, I guess I missed it. It went up here. All right. Now, here's the thing. As it was going up, people start FOMO buying up here. But I knew, you know what? I'm on the sidelines. I don't trust it in terms of, like, I know I trust it as in, I know when there's a lot of people super positive and optimistic about one thing, doom is around the corner somewhere. I knew it. Because you know, people FOMO in and stuff, okay? So you're quite aware of that. And so what I did was I put it on the HEX ETH chart, okay? So when I looked at HEX ETH, now everything started opening up, okay? Now this is the same FOMO. Remember that big FOMO rally I showed you? This was it right now. So I knew, all right, by the time everyone was looking at it, it'd come back down a bit. I go, well, look, I'm going to measure 80% down, and I'm just going to have a look. Okay, so you see this? I actually marked this line here. So you can live it with me in real time. This is about an 80% down. Now, I wanted 80%, 90%, so down here. Okay, so this is pretty much I want to watch it. Here's 80%, here's like 90% down. So what I did was I just stood on the sidelines, and I waited and waited. And I just, just went on with my life, trading, everything. Bang, it came here. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't watching it right here at the start because I thought it's going to keep going lower, but it hit here, right? So a lot of the people who were believers now got wrecked. Okay, now they're like, okay, getting tested now. What ends up happening is it has this FOMO run. This is the big payday run. And I wasn't paying attention much in the community. It went back down. Remember, as far as I'm concerned, friends, you found all these old messages. Yes, I thought Richard was a full-on scammer. I thought he scammed everything. I thought everyone was losing all the money. That's right. I was saying very nasty things. Of course, everyone thought it was a scammer. Okay, so it's pretty much 99.9. By the way, friends, 99.9% of the industry still thinks he's a scammer. So that's pretty much it. Now we had the big payday run, and then everything goes down again. So I'm seeing this chart. Remember, this is HEX ETH, and I'm like, you know what? I've thought it's a scammer. I said it's a scammer, and I just have to go, you know what? Something's going on here because it's hated. It's hated. It's still here. And, these early things started coming. Remember, friends, I'm writing here. I'm writing the book here for you, telling you all these things. I didn't know all these things at the start. I'm going on my journey of discovery. So everything you see today, all my videos and everything compiled here for you, yes, man, it sounds all great, nicely, neatly packaged here for you. But this was, I'm down here in the trenches here with you. Okay, play some nice, gentle angel music for those trenches. So you see this double part here. Now, when I saw it here, everyone says basically it's a scam. I go, I think it's worth getting in here, man. I think, look, it's low, and this pretty much, look what happens here. This double pop comes up, it comes back down. I think what ends up happening is it started going up, someone emergency NSTake, and then or someone unstaker just starts dumping again. And then I got in more. I kept accumulating down here, and then bang, that big move happens. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, so the most important part of this story is, there's many parts that are important in the story, okay? But one of the most important was, at the start, one of my friends, or a guy I knew, was absolutely crushing it. He's making so much, it went up, and he just wanted me to capitulate into HEX. He wanted to buy. Pretty much. It wasn't just him, it was everyone else. And I said, you know what, I'm going to wait. And then what I ended up doing was, when it went down lower, I got in more size. So because I waited and I was patient, I was able to do like literally 10 times more size than if I just threw in the lottery bullet up here. Now, it wasn't perfect. I wish I did even way more, okay? So it's fascinating, right? So I saw something FOMO, and I'm like, sitting on the sidelines. Now, where does that bring us with pDAI? Because it's basically the exact same story playing out now. Because what ends up happening, friends, is pDAI was going on this run up here. And I am getting multiple messages from devs, people saying, hey, you got to help everybody. You now have a voice. You have to warn everybody about pDAI because there's an inflation bug and people are just losing these money to these scammers. PulseChain was in a very dark place. The corrupt SEC was already against Richard down here. It already came out, right? HEX and everything just full on death. It was embarrassment. There was dark times. People were rugging. There was a guy, I think we had a Dragon Ball Z type of avatar. I can't remember. But anyway, he ended up rugging. I forgot his name. You guys remember him. He stole like 4 billion pulse. He just rugged the project. And it just rugs everywhere. Everyone was just like scamming and grifting. They're just basically trying to do the final exit scams to just bridge out and be done with it. Okay, so during this time, okay, I saw this inflation bug and look, I didn't know how to read all the on-chain stuff. I'm just getting thrown all this. I go, you know what? It looks like a scam because on one hand, you have these insider groups. This thing is running up. They're calling for an unbacked stablecoin. We just saw Luna go down this. So just to show you, friends, this is what I'm looking at. You're looking at, okay, guys, we're just coming off the back of Luna. It had collapsed like, 1 year before that point. It collapsed a year ago, and this had basically happened. Unbacked stablecoins, that's pretty much it. So just be careful with any of these. And what ends up happening is it has this capitulation down out. So people sold, okay, and they call it this like the Sommi FUD event right here. They sold, and then people didn't get back in, and they blame me. Now, here's the thing. Well, after it all happened, the crowd called for... They demanded FOMO here. You can't imagine the level of FOMO people had right up here, okay? So here's the thing. So yeah, even though it went down here, from this moment, it still goes on to do, look at this, another 8x. And you gotta understand the ferocity of the crowd, right? And I was saying, look, man, let it just play out its cycle. If you really believe in it, let it play out the cycle part. There's gonna be rinsing of non-believers. And then what you should do is do 10 times more size than you would have back then, because now you have higher conviction, because actually it's gone up further, okay, but you can't get in now. So I basically said that, and then I shut my mouth after that, because I just waited for it to play out, okay, because you know, friends, what if it's going to keep going up? So what ends up happening is it ends up capitulating down. You go all the way down, here's 90%, and it goes down 90%. No one wants to talk about it anymore, or so you think, okay, so no one wants to talk about it here anymore. It come back down. And then your friend Sommi here comes in, and I basically shocked the world, right? Because I was like considered one of the pDAI haters and stuff, and they'll put all the screenshots and stuff of me. And a lot of people would be like, oh, it's a mistake. No, it's not. No, it's not. You understand? There's 30,000 rugs out there. Okay, this one was the unicorn. Sweet, I told you. Okay, if this is the unicorn, then you wait for it to get back in, then you're getting super hard. Super hard. So that's exactly what's happening right now. Here's the funny part. Right? This is the funny part. How do you think the story goes, friends? Do you think everybody jumped on my back to ride with me and go, yes, it's a unicorn, let's go in? No, they didn't, okay? Many people, once it came down here, shut their mouths because it went down and the prices were down. All the loudest people gone, which was shocking. Friends, when I go back and watch my video on my pDAI, I'm like, guys, I'm typing pDAI on Twitter and I'm finding you guys. You guys are still there. So there has to be value here. It's just that you can't yell as loud anymore because the prices are down. Okay, so here I am saying, and I go, well, you know what? This is worth entering the ATROPA ecosystem. pDAI, ATROPA, Teddy Bear. Remember, Teddy Bear had popped up first. Okay, Teddy Bear had popped up first. So people were focusing more on Teddy Bear because around this time, Mr. B Roots, he went on to Crypto Banter Show. Okay, Mr. B Roots went to Crypto Banter Show. So around this time, pDAI was not moving up. It was Teddy Bear that was moving up more. All right, but luckily I had all three. Okay, I'm not choosing between them. They're all liquidity linked, whatever. Let's just get it. And it's pretty much what I did. Now, obviously, what's been happening is bang, 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 bang. We're on the way. Look at this snap. So the truth is, though, you can look at the pDAI to pulse ratio, and that's also sexy. Look at this. I want to remind you now, friends, you know, I should actually just show it to you now. Teddy Bear was going up further at that point in time. See this? Look at this. See Teddy Bear December snap up here. So you can actually see it. So Teddy Bear was doing this and pDAI was still on the floor. So people were like, whoa, let's get Teddy Bear. This is like moving up, okay? And then, you know, the real truth though you can have a look at is the pulse ratio. So this is what Teddy Bear looked like. You see that? Look at on the far right here. So Teddy Bear snaps up, it goes in, doesn't matter. We're in all of them. It doesn't, you know, so it's not really concerned. But as you can see, Teddy Bear's still lagging behind. Still got a 2x to go. So when people see this, they get upset. No, it means it's cheaper. You know, it's just the leader laggard. It's pretty cool. Now, you're seeing all this, and I wanted you to at least grasp these series of events because, like, how am I making it? On average, I always thought about that. What's that little decision I'm doing that's different to everybody else? And that is when I'm seeing something that is appearing like a unicorn, some sort of strong narrative run, by the way. Friends, unicorn, you don't have to really change the world. You just got to get a strong narrative. When I'm seeing that appear, the difference is I am willing to walk away from the table. I'm willing to say no deal. Okay? I'm willing to say no deal. If it was a relationship, okay, you're committed to, let's say you're committed to a partner for 20 years, you got multiple children, you find out they're cheating, okay? Friends, there are many people, they won't walk away. They won't walk away. They're like, well, it's a mistake, a stay here and there, right? I'm willing to walk away in 2 seconds from stuff like that. If you're being treated bad, really, really bad, that's it, walk away, okay? That's power. You understand? Power is choice. Choice is power. Freedom to choose, okay? Milton Friedman. So, you have to be willing to walk away from deals in marketplaces. Otherwise, you'll never make it. If you always act when you're compelled, you're always going to end up buying tops. And guess what? Yeah, one of the tops is going to be the top of a unicorn, which ends up going more and ends up resetting. Unfortunately, the other 40,000 tops you buy aren't going to be unicorns. All right? So that's very, very important. All right? So when I'm seeing this appear, I was making my video, just telling you, I was even telling you guys, don't worry about the pDAI $1 narrative, but it's very, very strong. Don't worry about it yourself. I'm just telling you, it's powerful. It's powerful. I was making videos. It was kind of funny, right? It was like the biggest anticlimax ever because there was so much attention on Sommi and pDAI. And what ends up happening is when I finally, at literally the bottoms, you can't get a better time to frickin' say to everyone, hey man, I'm getting in here, I'm going the whole ecosystem, and I'm actually going harder because I missed out on this one. I'm actually doing it harder because now it's actually showing me it can do something, right? I was like, as soon as I posted it, you gotta understand, friends, as soon as I posted it, I remember going to my friends, smoking some shisha. I remember, didn't touch my phone for like a few hours, smoking, and then I remember, opening my phone, I went to the bathroom. So remember this, and I remember that day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna wake up, I'm going to check my Telegram, like the DMs, and I'm probably going to like see all over Twitter tags of me appearing and stuff. You know, not DMs because I don't check the DMs on Twitter. It's 10,000 plus messages I try to, right? I was expecting to see everything just spammed on my profile. I opened it up, nothing. I was like, oh, that is a bit of a letdown. What do you mean nothing? I just thought, I was like, that's a bit weird. Anyway, what I did was I went to sleep, American US session. Next morning as well, I checked it again, nothing. Nothing. I was like, what's going on here? You guys were literally crucifying me. Now that you're cheaper, I am not concerned. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? This makes no sense. Of course, you know, friends, tongue in cheek. We know I'm wearing a Bulbasaur hat. We know it makes perfect sense. It's a green candles, man. Green candles excite us, make us want to jump in. And the red candles, like, hurts. You see, but you got to see, I got to see it once again in real time. Happens. This is it. This is just this. This is markets. This is it. It's not like this is part of the game. It is the game. Seeing this. So that's why picking up cheap prices and holding contrarian investments and getting low trades, there's no one around you cheering you on, man. No one. No one is around telling you, yes, that's a great idea. No one. You know, they're telling you everything's a great idea on the green candles. The problem is chasing momentum is losing strategy on average. But also, luckily for you and me, crypto's momentum goes on for that long enough that you can still go out and crush it. So when I make all these posts, friends, I always put them on the pulse ratio just so you get to see the power of how high these things can go. Because look, I hope we keep going way, way, way high. You got to manage, man. Like this is just 2.3x. This is Teddy Bear Pulse, by the way, to the top. Teddy Bear Pulse. This is ATROPA moving along the way. This is pDAI. These are all the pulse ratios. So if I just go back just to show you, okay, up here, let's put it on a log chart just so you can see. This is pDAI. So actually, let's put it on linear. This is pDAI's pulse ratio. All right. Now, even if you go up here, okay, you're like, wait a minute, that's a 3.6x versus pulse. Yeah. What if the ratio's up there and pulse has done a 30x? That means you're basically pegged. You know that, right? You're pegged to a dollar. That means if you go up a 3 against pulse and pulse did like a 30x from today, you've done a 90x, which is a round. If you go back here, let's see where 90x puts you up. A 90x, friends, we have the log chart here. It's really, really close to a dollar. If you actually go down here, 0.008, let's go 90 is around here. It's 76 cents. Isn't that crazy? What if pulse does like a 40x? Okay, you've pegged. By the way, okay, once you pegged, sorry, let's think about that term. Okay, you're able to touch a dollar. What happens after that point? I don't know. Go to $2? That'd be funny. Okay, that'd be crazy. So this is the type of information, your competitive edge. We're learning this. We're going through this. We're fine-tuning it. This is good for you and your knowledge. It's good for your family. It's good for the value of your portfolio. It's good for you. You only get smarter listening to this. And friends, yes, just peanut brains here. So there's not that much smart cookies, right, being handed out here to just increase your intelligence. But like it now makes sense, right? This chart is not an accident. It's gone up and rounded up. Also, I mean, kind of crazy, right? It did this round. I wonder if it kind of hits here and the next rounded part is literally like a full year of rounding off, and then it starts to do that. Maybe that'd be funny. That'd be funny. Now, just be careful. None of this is financial advice. The pDAI $1 narrative, there's fors and against. The against is, of course, well, all these people with 100 million pDAI, they're just going to keep hitting it down. When it gets there, then the for is maybe there's some greater plan out here on chain. There's all this evidence about the same deployer and the PulseChain origin address linked stuff, moving stuff in the background and maker. And yes, look, you can watch Mr. CoexistenceSteven's videos. Very fantastic. The whole goal is, you're wondering, like, where's it even leading towards? They're trying to make the world's actual decentralized stablecoin. So once you have a stablecoin on this chain, no one can turn it off at any point at all. And it's sitting there, literally, it's a decentralized blockchain and a fully decentralized coin. No one can turn off anything on there. Because on Ethereum land, what's like 40% of the collateral is USDC. So USDC have admin keys. They could just shut down and just destroy DAI. They could. 40% of the collateral is destroyed, and they could do that if they really wanted to. Okay, so this would probably pretty much be a real libertarian. It's like literally, yes, like George Washington bucks basically put out here into the economy, digital economy. Now, I don't know what you do if you aren't in from now. So this is where I'm just being honest with you. It's up to you guys. It's up to you. Yeah, this is why look, I get cheap prices, friends. I get cheap prices for a reason. That's what I want. I get cheap prices here. By the way, you see how it popped up? It pulls back into the 21 EMA. And then it continues, okay? If you are familiar, if you go back to the Pulse chart, friends, remember with the Pulse and the PulseX charts, we actually have the exact same thing, okay? You remember that weekly SuperTrend and everything pulling in? Well, that's like happening right now here. So there you go. So you're seeing, remember, it's snapped up. It's snapped upwards, right? The weekly SuperTrend flipped green. And now we are pulling back into that 21 EMA. So we're just waiting to see, is there going to be a launch pad here? If you put on a log chart and everything looks much more nice, that'd be great. If we have some sort of snap up, we can do that. So as you can see, weekly super trends with these, it's very, very important. But as well, like you just got to be careful with these. They're not fully 100% like guaranteed to work. Also, I've got to remind you, sorry, this was a 3-day one. Because the meme coins and the altcoins and everything else, weekly time frame, it's too big. So you need to go down in like a 3-day, and sometimes with even these coins are only being around, moving around for like 6 to 9 months. You got to go into to a daily. So as you can see, these are faster moving stuff, but it's what you want, right? It really is what you want. There's not enough data to pretty much get all these patterns, which means it's new, which means there are a lot of people here which are, optimistic and will be stronger hands on average. So you're sitting on the sidelines and you're thinking, okay, can it actually get to $1? Man, I don't know, man. Anything can happen, friends. Anything can happen. I'm just telling you, right? Even like Even if it gets to 3 cents, that's 100x from my lottery ticket video still, by the way. So a lot of people don't care about this pulse ratio, but to me, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. Everyone just worries about or even looks at just this USD pricing, which is fascinating itself, okay? And if you go in and just have a look at it, all right, getting the 1 penny here is a milestone. Now, the next actual real milestone we want to get to is here. It's 7 cents, okay? 7 cents. So this is Luna UST high Q4 of 2023. So what I'm going to now do is show you the chart. And you remember Luna UST, right? Do Quan's algo stablecoin, unbacked, friends. Here's the thing, friends. Here's the thing. Why is pDAI different to Luna? It's because in Luna, all right, Luna started at $1 and they say, hey, we're actually $1 and we're giving you this yield stuff here and there, okay? We're starting at $1. pDAI is starting at 0, pretty much. Okay, see what I mean? It's reversing. It's inverse Luna. See Luna up here starts at $1. We're worth $1, but you're not really worth $1. You're just worth whatever's in your liquidity pool for the bids to mint the tokens. That's pretty much what Luna was worth, and everybody's in there just for the yield. When the yield dropped and everything, you got to see everything that comes out. You have all these capitulations. Now, 7 cents is very important, friends. Why? 7 cents is the high it hit back in November 2023. 7 cents. What I will just do is I go, well, that's interesting. Why 7 cents? Is there anything particular about that number 7 cents? Well, that is about, from today, that's around an 8.4x. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, Luna's got a lot of dead bodies, unfortunately. A lot of people who lost a lot of money in that. If the market was able to speculate itself going to 7 cents, like you had that Martini guy, you had all these other people starting like a Luna UST narrative, like, oh, I can peg again, Do Kwon and stuff, you know, Do Kwon's is going to do well in jail and all these other things coming out. He got a haircut. So if the market was able to degen itself up to 7 cents for an unbacked algo stablecoin, why can't pDAI, right, do it? Why can't pDAI get to 7 cents then? And by the way, that's today. That's like a 9x from here. So I was talking about that back here, by the way. Back here, friends. I was talking about back here. So around December, watching it. So even if, look at this. There to the Luna UST price is 176x from that point. You know, but now it's about like a 10x. So let's see. I can't make any decision here for you. I like it. I'll tell you right now. I don't know. If I had 5 grand and I was going to join Andrew Tate's networking war room, okay, I'd slap myself and then stop myself from doing it. I'd rather throw it into something in the PulseChain ecosystem like this. Personally, I'm like, you know what? Okay, we'll just see where you end up. That's pretty much how I feel about that at the end of the day, okay? Now, please remember, lottery tickets, friends, they're lottery tickets. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it. As things move along, people get more excited and they want to miss out, and they don't want to miss out, so they throw in more. But at the end of the day, man, the biggest opportunities come at these lows. That's why I made other videos to just show you there are still things playing out. DickWifButt is down. Teddy Bear is like lagging. This is what there's other opportunities out here that you got to get them thinking about the next narrative going on in the future. eHEX is capitulated hard, big deep capitulation. You see these? I like talking about them because you could do stuff. You're like, hey, if money comes out your way, you can DCA buy into them. There's opportunity there. That's the actual opportunity, friends. The opportunity isn't the, okay, let's just yell at it while it's going up. That's not the opportunity. The opportunity is, okay, can I allocate capital in? You can only buy the friend. That's the thing. That's the thing. If you, look, you can only control, obviously, the buying and the selling part. You can't control anything in between. The selling part, you know, though, we're basically just limited for the full cycle. You can't just say to yourself, well, you know, if I just hold forever, everything's going to be fine. You can lie to yourself and do that, but you know, at the end of the day, there comes a point where, you know, Bitcoin's going to take over, the liquidity cycle is going to take over, and we get a bear market again. So you can't just do that, and not everything's going to get its time to shine, although we hope it does, all right? So pDAI to $1, what do you think? DAI Stablecoin from PulseChain. It's a fascinating narrative, isn't it? Like I told you, man, world's first future stablecoin. I was making so many videos about it, telling you, remember Dilly, friends, Dilly. Even my friend Dylan was telling me after he went to so many videos, watching everything, the pDAI to $1 narrative stuck to his brain. And I was like, whoa, Dilly saw everything. Decentralization, real deep, all this stuff, just the pDAI to $1 thing stuck with me. And I'm like, you know what? That's strong. That is freaking strong. That's like people buying SHIB back in the day saying, hey, we're going to flip Doge. And you just hear that from everywhere. Okay. So I can't wait, man. This will be great if this hits out. It's got like, you know, another like 8 to 9x. Then it matches that Luna UST price. I guess we'll see what happens from that point. You're just going to have to think, right? It's liquidity bonded with everything else. What type of mania is going to happen if PulseChain is 10x above day one SAC? PulseChain's under day one SAC now. And look at the strength. That's something to think about. This is happening, friends. This is happening. 25x PulseChain's barely moved. Like, it's up here. That's why really pay attention to it. And look, I've got to leave the last thing for the traders. If you're going to trade, clearly you're going to have to wait. You're just going to have to wait. Don't know what else to tell you. You're going to have to wait. But if you're going to trade it, I have a 4-hour SuperTrend here. And this is what pretty much anyone will do, man. You just have to wait. Maybe it comes back down somewhere, flips red, and you can get back in. See this SuperTrend will come up here, it flips red, and then you have to try and play for it again. But, I mean, this short-term stuff, I don't even know. I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest. It'd be like, oh, you know, I'm just throwing it in, and if you make it at the end, you make it at the end. That's pretty much how you have to play this whole game, okay? Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you very soon.